Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be working on the melon block. It is super easy. It's machine applique, and we will get it done in a flash. You'll be making 2 of these. So let's get started. Well, we're going to have a little bit of a lighting issue today because I turned on the lamp that's in the arm area of my sewing machine, and I noticed that it was smoking. So I probably shouldn't run that light and maybe even take it off. So anyways, I hope you can see everything today. I'll try to do my best to have as much light on everything as possible. Hey, so when you're cutting this project, this block, what I recommend is go ahead and cut your 6.5-inch squares first. You're going to want 4 of those. And then go ahead and make your melons for the ones that are going to go on the solid square, the one that's obviously not the half square triangle. Go ahead and cut your melons for that and fuse them on, and they'll be out of the way. Then you can do your half square triangles and fuse the rest of your melons after that. To help with centering your melon, put a dot on the 2 corners of your 6.5-inch background blocks. So I'm not going to insult your intelligence by assuming you don't really know how to do a half square triangle, but I just put the wrong foot on here. So gotta switch feet real quick. And what I like to do is, I learned this from the great Eleanor Burns at Quilt in the Days. So what I do is I go ahead and draw the line down the center, and then I sew 1/4 inch from the line, then cut it in the center, and voila, you've got 2 half square triangles, as long as you have cut the squares big enough. Now, of course, I cut them about 1 inch. I cut them at, if I want a 6.5-inch square, I go ahead and cut it at 7 inches so I can trim it down to size. And then I don't cut the thread when I get to the end. I just sew right off the edge, lift the foot, pull it out just a little ways, flip it around, and then go down the other side. And I'm sure most of you watching this already know that method, but just in case you're unfamiliar with it, that's what I do. And sometimes my silly thread likes to get pulled into that hole, so I have to be a little bit careful about that. And then just go down the other side, straight as you can, cut the thread. And we're going to cut down the center, and we will have our 2 half square triangles. Okay, so I trimmed it down to 6.5, and you know, sometimes you can get away with cheating a little bit, but in this case, I can't. And I'm not sure if you can see, but I have gone ahead and put the dot that I mentioned earlier, or if I didn't mention it, I'm going to mention it. And this dot is going to be covered up by the football, so for the most part. So if it's not completely covered up, I promise you no one will really see it. So just slap that baby on there. And now I'm using Steam-A-Seam 2. And according to the directions, you don't have to stitch it down. Supposedly, you can just leave it. But I like stitching it down, and I like having the decorative stitches on there. So anyway, we're going to line this up with the dots. And if you have to reposition it, just reposition it, because apparently I'm going to have to reposition a couple times. No, all right, it's not a little bit too far. Yeah, sometimes this takes a few minutes. So, okay, there we are. Good enough. Close enough, I hope. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fuse that. And I'm going to fuse this. Now, there is more than one way to skin a cat. And if you prefer not to have this shadowing here, which it is shadowing just a bit behind this block, you can do the curved piecing. I don't like curved piecing, so I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to worry too much about the shadowing. But if it bothers you, you could also do a reverse applique where you would cut this with your 1/4 inch seam allowance and then turn this under. This piece would be behind it, and you would cut your football shape out of this area right here. But again, that'd be a lot of work. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm using a Superior thread. It's so fine. It's a butter yellow that I think will look nice with this. Another thing I highly recommend is you decide what sort of decorative stitch you're going to put on the outside of your football here. Practice it first. So I think I'm going to use, I have a Janome Memory Craft 6600, and I'm going to use mode 2, stitch number 36, which looks like a buttonhole stitch, and I'll just stitch some out for you right here so you can see it. Now it's a little tiny, it's not going as far over as I want, so I'm going to increase the size of it so it's a little bit bigger. And maybe I'll do one more little. Okay, that's probably enough. So here you can see the length of the stitch. Gosh, I should have used better thread that contrasts a bit better, but anyway, you can see really tiny up here. You can see where the holes are, and they're bigger here. I'm going to use this bottom size right there. So it's about 3.5 this direction and 1.5 in this direction, if that helps you on your particular sewing machine. So I'm just going to start stitching this on, and I don't like to start right at the corner. I like to start a little ways in with my needle down and just kind of get that thing going. I like to hold the 2 threads first just because it's neater. And I will get going. I could have sewn all the blocks together and then done this, but I find it easier to work on a smaller piece. Okay, we are back at my very well used and filthy mat. Sorry about that, but I did a lot of applique and there's a lot of glue and all that on here, but you know, it's well loved. Let's put it that way. So we are going to lay this block out. And remember, you're going to make 2 of these. So let's see. How's it going to go? Gosh, I hope I didn't do this wrong. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Ha! All right. So we're going to have the dark in the center, the light on the outside, and we're just going to put together the 4 patch, and it'll be done. And you'll make another one just like this. And then you'll have a full 24 by 12 inch section for your quilt. Okay, so the block is sewn together. And what I suggest, because there's such a heavy seam here, is to go ahead and if you've stitched it in a chain stitch kind of way, go ahead and cut that little thread and press this open. I didn't think to press this open earlier, so it's going to be a little heavy, but because of this half square triangle, this is even heavier. So I think it's more important to do it, because of this one. Anyway, after that, we are all done. And here we are. This is one of two that you will make. So you'll make one, and you'll make two of these, and then you'll just flip them over. I'm only making one for the demo tape, but I will make two of them for the final quilt.